career as a lawyer has been a symbol of prestige for over generations. Advocates, lawyers, and attorneys are people that are being used in society or even by individuals, to help them with their legal problems. These same people have been charged with a role of, influencing policymakers and leaders in a community to create change. Mark Enock Kasirivu has used that as a career path. Can you believe that? This young man has been practicing law for quite some time and is actually one of the most admirable in that field. At such a tender age, he has also come up with one of the most visible car dealerships you can ever run into this city. And this car dealership goes by the names of CK Investment. CK Investment has every type of car you can ever imagine. Now, he has not also stopped there. He has gone ahead to become a fitness guru, and also he has become an author of a very incredible book. This young man is actually here at Fairway, and he's here to share his story, because at Chilling we create a platform where people can actually share their incredible stories. Now, let me tell you this. This show is going to be a different one because this young man is very hard to run by. Good evening and welcome to the best of the good life. My name is Drago and this is Chilling. Now, with no further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, allow me to introduce to you Counsel Mark, or I can refer to him as my land friend, if I'm even allowed to say that.
Hello everyone, my name is Enock Mark Kasirivu, a son from Makerere, and I grew up from Chukoni to be so specific. Of course, I grew up in the family of 4 kids, that is 2 boys and 2 girls. Very competitive family, I must say. But again, my school where I studied from, I studied from many schools, like 3, but of course I'll only speak out the most prominent, and I'm proud of them. That is Good Times Primary School, it's in Kawara. Then I also went to Uganda Matters SS Namgongo. I went to Seroma Christian High School. But I must say I have a passion for leadership. I did not just pass through school for academic credentials. When I was at Good Times, of course, I was the health prefect, and I was also the head boy and the head prefect of that school. Very, very proud of myself and very proud of my school. When I went to Uganda Matters SS Namgongo, I only studied there for 4 years, and in those 4 years, I attained very many posts. One, I was a clerk in court, that is the school court of that secondary school. And then I was the superintendent of that school, still in the prefectorate. I was the chief superintendent. Then I also, at some point partly, I was the head monitor in that same school. I went to Seroma Christian High School, like I said. Now in Seroma, I had a passion of leadership that was more. At firstly, I was the head health prefect in that school. Very, very proud of my school, Seroma Christian High School. Health prefect, then I was also heading a number of clubs in that school, but most importantly, the debate club, the water and sanitation club. There were about 3 clubs that I was heading. But I was also the head of all clubs in that school. Very, very proud of myself too, for those works. But when I was leaving Seroma still, I happened to have gotten awards. And when I was leaving Seroma, I got the award of a Student of the Year award, and that is one of my best awards, in addition to the other awards I got in my primary school and in Namgongo. I must say, I've grown up in a life of leadership. Basically, I'm passionate about leadership, and also I'm a hard worker too. So in my leadership, it has not only ended in school, but also outside school. In the university where I've been, that is Uganda Christian University. Firstly, I was a minister, but before minister, I was in the electoral commission, and I also was in the debate. from the Electoral Commission publicity, that is for 2 years. Then I was appointed into the Prime Minister position of Uganda Christian University. Leaving Uganda Christian University, going to the Law Development Center, I was elected still unopposed through the Prime Minister position. So currently, I'm the Prime Minister of the Law Development Center. I gained interest in law ever since I was little. I was a very young boy. I wanted to be a lawyer. Firstly, lawyers are very smart people. Lawyers are very hard workers. Lawyers are very creative people. I admire that kind of personality. And also, in regards to family, I looked back in my family and I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to do something different because everyone had gone into commercial courses, business courses. So I really felt like, I'm greater, I'm bigger and better. So I took up the law course, very courageous, and I really loved it. I got so much inspiration from different people, keeping on seeing very many big lawyers in town, and this was my passion. Yeah, this was my story. This is what I wanted to be ever since I was young. So I took it up. It's like it is my dream, and I'm living my dream right now. And I'm doing all the best to be, of course, one of the best and the biggest lawyers around town. And I'm also a good worker of CK and an inventor of CK Investments. So CK Investment is my workplace. That is where you find me at Kabaka and Jagala, just opposite Kabaka's roundabout and KCCA division offices, Rubaga. I'll talk more about that in time to come. So I must say I'm very happy to be here and to share my story with Drago, to share my story with UBC TV, to share my story with the community that is watching us today. Please watch my story and listen to it.
It's a very warm good evening once again. Welcome to the best of the good life. Now, as usual, I'm Drago. Oof, what an incredible show. What a special gentleman we have in the house. And by the way, you can't make this up. At just the age of 28, this young man wears a lot of, he wears a lot of hats. Listen to this. And I'm not kidding, by the way. He's a lawyer, a very aspiring one. He's a car dealer. He is a fitness guru. He is an author at just the age of 20 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, now, if you have interest in learning the law, this young man will teach you. He will tell you how hard it is to actually even practice law in Uganda. With no further ado, allow me to introduce my special friend, my cowmate, my fitness buddy, my workout buddy, Mark Enock Kasirivu. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thant you so much, Drago.
What
I'm happy
hype.
to be here.
What a hype, man.
Happy to see you.
Man, wait. People might be thinking Tincha Zabantu, neighbor setting up zona profile. But you actually own one of the biggest car dealerships in Kampala.
CK Investment.
CK Investment. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy and pleased to be here.
Okay.
It is quite a day for us to remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is actually not the first time you're on this show.
It's not the first time. No,
so the first time, tell us about the first time. Seems like a long time ago.
The first time I was with Uncle Mark on this show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about our different personalities.
Yeah.
As people out there, people look at us, different personalities. Uncle Mark is a comedian.
Yeah.
And I'm into leadership.
Yeah.
So how we met and we got into the same government.
Yeah.
I was the prime minister, he was the president.
Yeah.
And we were serving so well. Probably it was inspirational to the society.
Yeah.
So people needed to know what we do in our offices, our private lives. And we are two different people, but we are brothers.
Yeah.
So that was That was it.
The
Yes.
whole the creme de la creme of Max.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to ask you, how is he doing, by the way? Because recently, I think like about a couple months ago,
Yes.
I think he lobbied a job at one of our
yes.
competitive TV,
Yeah.
another competitive TV. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I do not want so much to dwell into that, but he's doing well.
Yeah.
Probably I hear from him each and every day.
Okay.
He's a very good comedian and an MC. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants wants somebody to get into their functions, MC, Kwanchula, Mbaga, but unfortunately he doesn't do sorrowful events. If you lose somebody, you don't call him for MC. Yes, he probably won't be there. But if you have a function, birthday party, anything, he's always there.
Sort of, Mark, leadership has always been part of your life.
Exactly.
Straight from childhood. And
Yes.
you've been a prime minister at UCU.
Yes.
And now you're prime minister at the Law Development Center.
Yes.
I mean, how come? How do you end up lobbying all this? And why are you so fascinated with leadership?
Okay. I first of all, if anyone has read the book, A Gift from My Mother, I authored that book. It talks about me and my history when it comes to leadership. One of the greatest gifts I was able to get from my mother, from right away from birth, was the gift of leadership. Of course, we all know it comes from God, but of course, it was through my mother. My mother is a great leader, and among all aspects and personalities that she has, I was able to pick out leadership. And so it has been part of me that now everywhere I go, I do lead. Actually, when I joined the Law Development Center, I told everyone that I will not go into leadership, and I was done with school politics.
Why?
I wanted to focus. I wanted to focus on the Law Development Center and leave. But later on, the call keeps coming. If you're a leader, leadership never leaves you. I was born with it. It is now part of me. So I was like, oh, why don't I go for one more lap in school politics? So I went for prime minister. Unfortunately, I had no competitor.
Wow.
I do not know what happened. I was alone.
You're so
on the post.
intimidating. Why are they intimidated by size or
I do not
the,
know.
the,
Maybe
the intellectual part?
Yes, the intellectual part, the brains. And because it's my passion, everyone knows that leadership is my passion. That one cannot hide. When you talk about Enock Mark, you talk about a great leader. I've been a leader ever since I was young. Like I told you, even in baby class, I was the class captain. So really, if I started from baby class, what about LDC? I am only waiting to go to the East African Parliament.
Which, by the way, you've been in our parliament as a youth representative.
Exactly.
I've not hinted on that.
Yes.
But tell me, Mark, who and what inspired you to join law?
To join law? Okay. Law school, having a law mentality in my head, of course, it had an inspiration and a background attached to it. I do not just wake up and say I wanted to be a lawyer. One time when we were home, when we were still with family, there was a time one of our relatives, of course, very distant relative, was arrested. And the only rescuer was my dad. So, of course, they called him one time and they told him about what happened and everything that happened. And so now, because when they call you for such things, the only thing you think about is how your person is going to get out of prison. It's going to get out of the cells. Now, I was there and watching all these things go on. And my dad, usually, he was contacted by very many lawyers and he kept on being disappointed. He kept on lashing out money and he didn't know what was going on. Probably these people were using the chance to extract money from him. But the person wasn't getting out of prison. So I always asked myself, what is that one thing I can always help my family with? Of course, the story is greater than that. It went on for a very long time. That even up to now, the same things still happen. That now, when my family needs such a person in such a situation, whom can they? Whom by they call? So I did not just wake up to say I wanted to be a lawyer. When my dad went on to meet all these lawyers, I was there with him, however much I was little. But of course, being now the third born in the family and the first male, the firstborn, I used to walk out with him and I used to see. So most of these lawyers, I had a lot of questions, but I couldn't ask them anyway. And I saw the way they worked and the mode in which they worked. that inspired me so much. Now I was like, now my dad is complaining about money. This one is asking money. These 5 lawyers are asking for.
But can you
Yes.
represent him now?
Yeah,
Can
right
you
now I
represent your
can
family?
stand ably and represent my family.
Because
Why
what I
not?
understand, you're still at Law Development
Yes,
Center.
at Law
You
Development
haven't
Center.
gotten your practice
Yes.
yet. But how hard is it or easy to practice law in Uganda?
What I can say is that law is very competitive. I can say law is very competitive. Right now, it's not like how it was very long time ago. But right now, there are very many lawyers. And you know, living in the society where there are hundreds and thousands of people, you're doing the same activity, and yet you're competing for the same population. You know, people have different problems and they come to different people. So now, what brings you out, you as a person, you as an individual, is the kind of work that you do. Yeah, is it quality work, timely work, the communication, the skills, the characteristics that come or that surround the personality, your personality as an individual. So this makes it very, very competitive. Because of course we know we have already established lawyers in town. We have already big people. Of course, you expect if somebody gets a problem, if a big person who has a lot of money gets a challenge, they go to already the established people around town.
Yeah.
They will not come to you. So for us, the young lawyers, upcoming lawyers, very challenging. Now you have to beat that competition. That means you have to put in a lot of effort. You have to put in a lot of money. You know, you have to put in a lot of creativity. One of the qualities of good lawyers, you must be so creative. If you're not creative and you're going to sit back and wait for everything to move and work for itself, you're going to lose out on the competition.
So tell me, what convention law are you into? Before we go for a break for the first segment. Yeah.
All right. Personally, as a person, as an individual, I like so much intellectual property.
Okay.
Intellectual property deals with technology, deals with symbols, it deals with people's creativity, it deals with the mind. So simply because I am not a person who is going to struggle, I do not like so much things of struggling, you know, going on to the streets and you know, I like so much using my brain because I know even when I sit here and I use my brain, I can achieve what I want. And all the things I've achieved, it is because I used my brain. So intellectual property, we deal with the brain, yeah, the mind, the creativity, the symbols. So that is my area of interest. Maybe the others will just follow, of course.
What about
When a
criminal?
person comes
What about
with
criminal?
a criminal matter, of course I cannot fail.
Yeah.
But talking about my interest as a person, I like so much intellectual property,
Okay.
and that is why.
So, Mark, we are going to talk about, on the second segment, we are going to talk about first your mentor, because it's very important to have a mentor.
Exactly.
And then we're also going to talk about how lucrative
Yes.
law is. Because there's some brother looking at you saying, man, I would also wish to do law in the future.
Yes.
All right, chilling goes on a break. We shall be back shortly. Don't move an inch. Stay with us.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
And good evening once again. Welcome back to the Best of the Good Life. Today we are honored to host, should I say, one of my land friends. I don't know if I'm even obliged to say that because I'm not a lawyer, but he's a lawyer. This young man wears a lot of hats. He's a CEO of his own company called CK Investment. He is a lawyer. He is an author. He is, come on, and you can't make this up. On the other hand, when you see his guns, you can definitely tell he's also a fitness guru because into such things. Mark Enock Kasirivu is here on the show to share his conversation and to talk more about his life. Now, before we left, Mark, we promised people that I would
Yes.
ask you these two questions.
Exactly.
Who is your mentor in this lawyer field? Because it's so important to have one, otherwise you might end up jumping on a lot of things, like
Hey.
on a lot of conversions.
Yes.
Yeah, who is your mentor? Whom
So-
do you look up to?
So I look up to a gentleman called Kenneth Mohanji. Kenneth Mohanji is an intellectual property guru. So basically, I follow him up, and he was my lecturer when I was at Uganda Christian University. He taught me intellectual property. Like I told you, my interest is in intellectual property, nothing else. So basically, that is it.
Okay, so and to anyone, to any young man that wants to do law,
Yes.
how lucrative is the law field? I mean, when do you start saying that, okay, the good money has started kicking in?
Okay, if one wants to do law, first of all, you have to develop your passion. Law is very expensive, but it earns you a lot. There is a lot to learn from law. Of course, you must be ready for what you're going in for. And when you're done with law, what you earn is twice more than what you invested. As short as that.
Now, during your profile, you also happened to mention about a book that you authored.
Yes,
What is the title of that book? Remind me again.
a gift from my mother.
Why about a book? Where did the idea come from? Because you told me also when these cameras were not rolling that
Yes.
it's more of an autobiography of your
Yes.
own life.
Yes.
About 600 pages. I'm
Yes,
like, wow.
Exactly.
Because that's a very big volume. I mean, at a tender age, where do you even get the courage to write about your life? Because you have like a miles of life to live.
Exactly. Okay, about my book, A Gift from My Mother. I looked back for the many things I've done in this world as a youth, and secondly as a young man. And I thought about not everyone will know what I've done and what I've not done, what I've not accomplished and what I want to accomplish in life. So I decided to reduce this into writing. And my inspirations and most of the top secrets about my life are into that book, A Gift from My Mother. It started from way back, ever since I was born, until my 4 years of law school. Because, like I told you, when I finished my 4 years of law school, I said I was done with school politics. That is, I ended with the government of Uncle Mark, like I told you. So I said I was done with exactly. I was done with school politics. But then I wanted to leave something that, as I leave school politics, there's something I leave written down, yeah, jotted down, so that maybe my children, my grandchildren, my friends, and my relatives, my friends out there, the whole world can read about me at a certain time. Yes.
I want to talk about entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurship part of you.
Exactly.
I mean, you own one of the biggest, and I'm not, when I say the biggest, I don't talk this in terms of blowing your trumpet for
Yes.
you, but I mean, CK Investment.
Yes.
Tell me more about this.
CK Investments. I'm happy to talk about CK Investments here with you. Now, we started CK Investments, we started way back 10 years.
Wow.
10 years back. It is
Wow.
not a company that I just started. We started 10 years back. It's still around Mengo.
Yeah.
And we are situated in Mengo still. Of course, just to give you a little bit of direction where our company is located.
Okay.
When you get to Kabaka and Jagara Mengo, it is just opposite KCCA, Rubaga Division offices. Now, CK Investments, we deal in cars, yeah, and all types of cars. Even if, Drago, you told me you want to drive a car tomorrow, and you have a fee, we can negotiate about it. You can come and get yourself a TX, Land Cruiser. You can.
Will I be able to pay full payment or even in installments? How does it work?
Yes, CK, you know, it is modern day. We changed the way we do business.
Yeah.
It is no longer the one who has a full sack who takes a car. So, if a car is for let me say 20 million, 25 million, 10 million, you know, at least if you come with 6 million or the 10 million, then the other you can pay in installments.
Majorly, which type of cars do you deal in? Are they the BMWs? Are they the cars from Asia, the Middle East? Oh, come on.
Okay,
Which type of cars?
we have more of the Japanese cars. We have
Okay.
the Toyotas. When you come there, it's a variety. I cannot tell you we do not have this type of car. But when you come to our board, we have everything you need. By the way, even when you need a BMW, and we do not have it there. You just give us a day or two, and the BMW is with you the next day.
Okay.
So it is not all about what we have. Of course, it's a very big car bond.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we have about it
I
has
was
segments.
there. I was there.
It has around
So many.
four segments.
Yeah.
And all of them are packed with cars.
Wow.
And all these cars are for you.
In total, like how many cars could they be?
I think
500 and
we can get to 500 cars.
Wow.
Yeah, we can get to 500 cars. And all these cars are for you. These cars are for the people.
Yeah.
People come and buy cars, you know. Every day, there are people who come and there are people who just call us and they tell us they want a particular type of car. And they come and pick it the next day because we have it. And if we do not have that particular car, we procure it as fast as possible. So you do not need to go around car bonds, you know, around Kampala when you're leaving behind the best car bond in Kampala. That is CK Investments.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mark, tell me, one would be wondering, whoever they are saying this must be crazy and you're
Yes.
making this up, but you're just 28 years old. I mean, when did you even start up with this? I mean,
You see-
come on. I know you said 10 years,
see-
but how did it start up? Did you
My-
start with 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars?
You see,
How
my
did it
brother-
start up?
My brother Drago,
Yes.
what I want to tell the people who are seeing us today, that age is just a number. It is a battle of the brains. How do you use your brain to achieve what you want? Like I
Wow.
told you, we do not need to struggle when you have a good brain. You must be smart. In the recent generations, people are working hard. In this generation of ours, we are working smart. We started with 1 car. We started with 2 cars. Actually, we started off with tires, selling tires.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a small company. After selling tires, we started off with 1 car. We started off with 2 cars. Eventually, where we were renting before, the space wasn't enough because the business was growing. It is a business that grows so fast, and anyone who wants to venture into such a business, I give them credit. They can actually come and get knowledge. You see? So we started off with very few cars, of course, small cars. But right now, we even have cars of 170 million. We have
Wow.
cars of 200 million. You see? And these are cars that are driven by ordinary people, people who work in different companies, people who work in government. We have each and every type of car anyone needs to live in this world.
Yeah. So-
Please, viewers should stop riding bicycles in
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
They should come for cars very
Yeah.
cheap, at a cheap price.
Because at times I was so confused. Every time I would see you with a different car. And they're very nice cars. And I was wondering,
Exactly. Yeah.
this Mark, where does he get all these cars?
At my
so,
age.
and also around town, you would
Yes.
see behind windows, you would
Yes.
see stickers of CK
CK
Investment. And you would
Investments.
wonder who is the brain behind this.
Yes.
But tell me, as an individual,
Yes.
how do you pick interest in cars?
No, you know, being a dealer in cars, of course, entrepreneurship, it's business, you see. And I told you it grew right away from selling tires, because the tire business, of course, everyone sells tires, you know, and you know, anyone can get a tire from anywhere. But a car bond is different, you know. You know, you cannot find 1,000 carbons, and very good carbons, by the way. So the interest was picked up from there. That now that we have sold so many tires, and sometimes you could spend a day without selling a tire, because how many tires burst or get spoiled in Kampala? You understand? But on the daily, people need cars.
But how much would you get in terms of profit when it comes to a car dealership or a car bond, like how you call them? If it's on a good day, if it's on a good day, like how many cars would you sell?
On a good day, we can sell like around 7 or 8 cars.
Wow.
People buy cars, my friend. If you've never sat in a car that is of your own, I am telling you, even 10 million you can own a car, 20 million you can own a car. So on a good day, we sell 10 cars. We can, on the best day, like around, must be the festive season.
Yeah.
We sell up to 20 cars. And you know, you have to sell and refill, you
Yeah.
know. So that is how business goes.
Well, all I can say is I'm no longer walking to work, or I'm no longer taking a border to work when CK Investment is there. So I'm going to hit up my brother later on when the show is done. Tutandiko negotiating akasente kokufuna emotoka. No one funayo Kaspasio, new model.
Spatial
Era
is
Henry
too-
wasese. No funa Kaspasio
Yes,
new model.
yes.
Jakuba ne entourage yange no ba Brian mbatekemu ba Henry ne
Obavugako.
Joshua. Tubavugemu tujogeko naffe Kampala.
You'll be welcome. Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime you come,
Yeah.
the car will be ready for you.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Ah, man, keep on shining
Thank
and
you.
keep on doing good things.
Happy,
I'm
yeah.
proud of you, Mark,
Thank you so
that you're
much.
growing up so fast
Thank you
and
so
you're taking
much.
life so important.
Exactly.
Well, until we meet next time with another special guest, thank you very much for tuning into the program and thank you for hanging with us. Chilling ends here and have a good evening and take care.